excited to see what they're going to do. And then what, on the other side of this, for Surge, you know, you had a tough loss in the final. You battle in the winners bracket final. Finally, you kind of get smoked.
Yeah, those were two very different games.
Yeah, we casted both. They sure were, Joe.
Yeah, winners bracket final. You are like up 4-2 on that protocol Surge, map 5. In the driver's seat, and then, yeah, FaZe does what FaZe do, and then clutch on up. But then, yeah, the final, you just got smoked. But I think the big difference is when you look at those two games, they split the hard points with FaZe, but 0-5 in Search and Destroy and Control, right? Sort of the recipe to FaZe's success this year has been in 2-3-5.
Well, the second you told me, I was like, that's the same combo we had about Thieves basically after, right? Like, the Control and the Searches where FaZe got it done. We'll see who'll be able to dethrone them, but let's focus on our first match of the day. One of our better looking schedules we've had on a Friday. We've had Fridays that have gone 9 maps, so I think we've got a chance for more, but really excited to see Alec back in the league, excited to see Priest get another shot, and well, we'll see what Exit can do on this squad, but it's a very tough test, match 1.
No, it is. I mean, in terms of, okay, well, great shots there by Pred. Exit's gonna find the third. In terms of fundamental hardpoint, I mean, you're probably gonna say this Surge team top 2, top 3 with what we've seen throughout stage 2. So for Falcon, it's just like, yeah, what can you do here early?
Excited to see exactly what that will be. Exnid, despite the failures you've obviously had for the original Falcons roster, or the original variations of that Falcons roster, you still saw brief moments of brilliance out of him. Excited to see how he's going to pair with Pred, kind of in that SMG role, but as I'm chatting through stuff, all the kills are actually going to be for Vancouver Surge, so they're going to get control. It's 4 straight for Abuza. They are now set up for success with 48 minutes remaining on the hard point. You're going to have 3 hitting for Falcons on one side, and then the guy taking the route is going to be Pred on your screen.
Pred was out early. This is why no one on Surge is really going to pick this up. He's going to try to flip the map, and actually does. So great long route there from Pred. Not one to, you know, we usually see from him. Usually that was always sort of shotsy, but he immediately spawns up, flips the map, they get control. So, I mean, that is all just off the Pred play. They are able to find 4, and now in a position they want to be in on this rotation for P3.
In a great spot. Also helps his teammates get the kills, obviously, as he's taking the route. But yeah, I imagine we're going to see big improvements for Pred in like a quick amount of time. I think, you know, he came in a little bit behind, I think, when he got back into it. You know, he talked about himself. You know, we talked about some plays he made. He's going to learn. He's going to get better. He is one of the better raw slayers we've got in the league. So excited to see him improve. But
well, again, it's just like now, there was just so much pressure. Right? With everything that went down with that team, in and out, in and out. Now there's just sort of you have 0 points. We're halfway through the year. Like, you're just trying to, I don't know, collect your bag. I doubt he's gotten the bag yet, but I'm sure he will get it.
No. I wasn't really sure what the situation would be for him after he got dropped, but no, this could end up being something incredible. Maybe it won't be incredible this year.
Correct.
Who knows, going in the future, if he's got the keys to
well, you look at what the Falcons organization has done elsewhere in esports, and yeah, they've gotten the best or some of the best talent. They opted to go differently with COD, and I assume next year we might see a change with that.
No, we absolutely might. I think it's going to be an interesting offseason, to say the least. But Priest is able to take out 2, and they'll try to secure some of this time, but this might be one that's going to the play clock, as we've already got a minute and a half off of this. Both teams sitting around 40 points. As they're battling for position, though, early bottom stage, he'll be 0-4. He'll be the Super Soaker inside. Neptune on 3 in a row, going to be looking to make plays here around lobby and steps. And when he gets to his spots, I mean, he can be such a nuisance. You'll see him running laps and finding openings, but shutting him down, not allowing him to find it there. So the pressure going to build towards 0-4. He's going to have to take out 1 or 2. At least able to get 1 in by his time. Now 2 more flooding in. Can 0-4 make the play? Sub in hands, got the advantage, or does he? Exit able to swarm in and pick him out. And sometimes just getting that stage player, like getting them out of it, can shift things big. Pred able to get 2 as well, and now you're getting time.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot at Major 2. It was Draza. Just every single time he was in this spot, just felt like you couldn't take him down.
Yeah, like you kill the other 3 players, but then like still getting that player sometimes is such a pain.
They spawn so close, so there's just an immediate sort of fight back, and Surge, though, they're able to do it. So a lot of that time, you have a 30-point lead as we head to the P5.
0-4 going vertical. And now to Pred, though, as he's floating around, ticket now to camera and into the point. And we'll try to push this out and kind of cut off the reinforcements. But picking his quarter, reading the red dots and looking for the openings. Not going to find the opening, though. It's going to be all for Surge. They'll clear out everybody. Spawn's going to flip out, and now Falcons have to battle back from the other side. That's a perfect pinch and break there from Surge.
Yeah, it's a tough little spot there for Pred, right? He wants to get pushed out and hope a couple just fall into his lap, but that's just not what happened. It's like they kind of waited for him, and then all of his teammates died. So it's just sort of, hey, be ready for a little pinch, able to find him, and then 4 dead. It felt like you had some opportunities here if you were Falcons, maybe to still be in this game, but now Surge starting to get going.
No, that's like Pred in a nutshell for me sometimes. Like, listen, he'll pick a corner, he'll look at the map, he'll listen to his teammates, and then sometimes that turns into 3 or 4 in an incredible play. Sometimes it turns into that, but more often than not, he's able to come away with a few kills. Just not happening there. And now, as much as we were talking about the play clock, only about 30 seconds has gone off since we last brought it up, and the score has shifted drastically as Surge have now completely taken control and gone out in front in a big way. We'll see if they can continue to do just that. Alec having a slow start at 6 and 13. He'll be looking to get involved more as we get deeper into this one, but all Surge for now.
Yeah, all Surge. And again, it just felt like once they kind of got into their flow there towards that P4 and P5, now into their comfort zone, controlling the map, knowing exactly where this Falcons team is spawning. Abuza putting shots in, just playing his life.
Yeah, he whiffed a couple. He's like, all right.
Where'd my bullets go?
Yeah, I'm out of this one. Let's go ahead and re-engage. Now able to pick up the kill. Unfortunately, though, it's Nasty that gets his Abuza will drop. Nasty hitting, though, as he is absolutely beaming, but eventually traded. You get a few seconds here if you are Falcons, but as you look at the next Hardpoint ready to pop, it's going to be all Surge in control. And yeah, I mean, we mentioned at the start of this, like, this is a really tough Hardpoint matchup to start. Top 2, if not the best at several maps, Surge are difficult to deal with.
No, they are. Yeah, you build this new lineup, and I don't know if you're hoping. There's going to be no easy matches, but maybe not hoping for this, but we'll see if they can bounce back.
What I feel like we have that a lot this year, like a team change, and then like you're playing FaZe match 1, or you're playing Thieves match 1, or playing Surge. I swear we've had that so much this year, just like, welcome to the CDL.
I feel like it's been Falcons a number of times
yeah,
as well.
probably has. But as Xnid wins 1. Uh-oh. Maybe we're okay.
Just
Might just be observers.
Yeah,
all
just
right.
observer.
Okay, good. Just saw skip for a second. And
you never know.
tightened up a little bit, but we continue to battle on. Down to 2 minutes on the play clock, but 04's POV as he's going to look for the opener. Some damage in, then gets the assist as Neptune's able to get the angle, trying to get it done with the pistol as well, but it's really his teammates getting the work done outer. He's not able to get the wall bang through. He's going to fall. Neptune gets the kill with the pistol. The rest is going to be the way of Falcons, and that's a solid chunk of time. Now you're within 60. You're within striking distance, but like, you got to continue to close this gap, because if we're going to go down to the wire in the play clock, you got to get this hider.
There's actually a great couple of kills, but Surge just read the map, right? They did the split spawn. You had 4 in the middle of the map, did Falcons. Exactly what they wanted. And yeah, a great P2, maybe to keep this alive for them. But Surge then find all 4, and you are stuck back in this garage.
Yeah, now you're in hell. Your Surge, you're winning it from the front. Falcons are pinned in, and they just have you lined up, squared up, and they're getting dropped. No openings on the map. Heads are just getting cleaved off. And the ARs are just pounding into Falcons right now as they can't find an opening anywhere. And this type of hold, honestly, might just seal the map. That might be the dagger. I know we still got a lot to go, but that's a painful one, because it felt like that's when the Falcons started to rally a little bit. Started to get back into it, and then just the hammer came down.
And it's almost like the old Falcons roster, right? Like when you have these new lineups, not an inexperienced lineup, but just very fresh. One of the hardest things could be is just sort of getting out of these traps that these top Hardpoint teams put you in, and that is when they control the game so well. That is when you are just relying on some sort of teamwork or individual play to get you out of that spot.
Yeah, I was just watching that. I was like, Nasty is going to kill 3 people for free, all just sprinting. Not even getting gun up, but finally he does drop. But back to stage we go. This time, instead of a 4, it'll be Neptune that's playing the Goblin. We'll see what he'll be able to do from down here. Trophy out. Neptune waiting for the chow. Hipfire not going to hit, and RC's able to get the slide and win that one with an AR. So you battle through, you get a big pick, and now Falcons, their control here at stage. But how long will it last? You only need 51 for the win now if you're Surge.
Yeah, Nasty hitting the pinch. Thought maybe he was going to get a kill, but Neptune is there. It's going to be another 4 dead, so you would love this time, and you're going to get it. 04 Abuza just going to rotate towards P5.
And on rotation, Pred, too tall in order to take out both players there. He gets the one, but then the rest of it goes the way of Surge, so they'll get the clean sweep, they'll get the time. The only remaining player was, well, Falcons player was the one inside of the hard point, now on rotation. But let's see how this opening push goes. Pred is able to get one. You need a near instant break right now if you're in a chance of mounting this comeback. See if the dominoes go their way. Abuza's double might be the difference. And there, it's going to be all 4 dead for Falcons. Split spawn coming in for them as they'll try to pounce back, but it's just going to be some clean time now for Surge.
Yeah, you see all the Surge arrows. Just trying to, where are the spawns, right? That's the question right now. And even as good of a hardpoint team as them, sometimes it can be tough to read on red card. They are going to find all 3. Ooh. Neptune up to 30, leading the lobby 4 in a row, almost number 5. But Neptune saying, I am not slowing down anytime soon.
No, I mean, we had some questions just about him specifically, getting back to land, getting back to a main stage. How would it go? And he had some incredible, incredible moments. Obviously, the final doesn't go the way you want it, but he is the real deal. This Surge team is the real deal, and I'm excited to see kind of what their trajectory ends up being over the rest of the year. But we'll see how high Neptune can get his kill count before the final seconds trickle through, or at least going to see one more hard point, but streaking again is going to be Neptune. Finally shut down on 33. Despite the fact he's having a hell of a map, honestly, a well-rounded effort. A great map just from the SMG duos. We have a 4 on 31 and 22 as well. They've got hardpoint control. Show the final couple seconds here in a moment. Might have to break in one more time.
Yeah, these bush fights always a ton of fun. 0-4 though, another double. He's gonna match. He's gonna match Neptune's 33. Into the hardpoint goes a map 1 to Surge, right back to their business.
And you'd love to see that from 0-4 too, because that was probably maybe like the one criticism him during like the online qualifier was he had some duds and respawns, but I thought he probably leveled up the most on land. Like 0-4 was playing fantastic just from like a raw kind of damage output, kill output. And he's right there going toe-to-toe with Neptune. You gotta think if they're gonna be a fierce duo, well, especially just talking online, like if he's gonna be even better, man, whew, they're gonna be tough to beat.
No, they are. Yeah, but again, just sort of the question is, yeah, they're going to keep playing their good hardpoint, but now you have some map changes, right? Rewind dealership come into play. You immediately see that in this first best of 5. They're just thinking map pool. Yeah. They're thinking big picture taking on Thieves of FaZe.
I haven't seen like scrims of dealership yet. I'll talk to you kind of how it's going to play out, how we think it's going to play out, but I'm excited just in the sense of like, I don't know. I was kind of older Volt and Skyline. They're very one-dimensional at times. Well, Skyline less so, but still we needed a change. We needed a change, and hopefully maybe we'll have more over the course of the year, but definitely just excited to see how it's going to play.
Yeah, you might get over this one quickly.
Yeah. Well, that's the first thing you told me. Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see how it plays, but
yeah.
It's a small map.
Yep. But Pred and this new look Falcons roster battled a bit early.
Yeah, early.
But really kind of around that point.
P4 and P5.
What, through like the first set?
Yeah, the first set where that's when like Surge, you can just kind of tell they slowed down the game clock. They had the control, and they just started to take over. That's where that 80 to 90 point lead just sort of stuck in. They couldn't get away from it.
Yeah, no, you touched on it. New teams, or well, really it's the Falcons roster. Yeah, it was really when they were just put in difficult positions, how hard it is to get out of. A couple times here where that became the case and just weren't able to answer back, weren't able to flip the game on its head. And it's just tough to do, especially against a really good hardpoint team like Surge, but Surge get right back to work. They're going to look to improve over this qualifier. And this is the one, I mean, as much as I thought we might have a banger of a day with the matches, this is the one probably it seemed the most lopsided looking at it, just due to the fact that Surge are hot off the grand final. You got a brand new roster, but
that's why we said Nameless was throwing.
Yeah. Probably throwing, but I don't know. Listen, I'm upset alert. I'm down with it. I want to see them get the first win. I just don't know if it's coming today.
No, it's not. I don't think so, at least.
Yeah, no, probably not, Joe.
No, you see there. Yeah, just sort of you flatline. Big time towards the back half, right? 86, 96, then get up to 123 maybe on that final P4, but don't get much more.
No. Ends up being a bit of a blowout despite a bit of a battle early on. But excited to see this Surge team continue to improve, and I don't know, for Vegas, I don't know if this will even be the roster for the rest of this season. If I was a betting man, I definitely would say it probably won't carry into next year, but we'll see how much success they end up finding. But I don't know. It's just it's not. I don't want to say weird. Weird's not the right word.
It feels like an 8s lineup. Like if I was a pro 8s at night, like this is the 4.
That's a good way to put it. Yes, it feels like an 8s lineup, and it's like one of those things. Sometimes you'll have that, and like it just works, and those teams are good. But more often than not really the case. But we'll see. Let's give it a couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Clay kind of put out, like, listen, one of the things I was great at in my career was putting teams together. I had a little bit more of a touch in this, and again, you're in the middle of this
it helped
season.
having Simp and Beezy when they were first turning 18. It helped having Shotzi and Illy when they were turning 18.
No, but yes.
I agree with you. I agree with
But
you.
like, he's just sort of saying, like, yeah, like, I'm trying to do my best here. Let's see what happens. But again, I'm not expecting anything.
Oh, no. Even when like he first took the job as like head coach, I was thinking of it more like this year might be the blender, but it's a long-term project, right? Like it's Call of Duty. We're here every year. We're here forever. Let's see how this thing goes over the next decade. It's exciting to see what they're able to do. But Clay, maybe a little more work he can do now with these players. Try and get them improving game. Map 1 not going great as they kind of chat through things, but I'm probably, if you ask me like who I'm most excited like on an individual basis, they do probably Exton, because this is kind of what I wanted to see. Like if he was with 3 players that had the fundamentals down, had the, I don't want to say clutch, but didn't fall apart at late game, like how would he end up doing?
Well, it's just sort of like, all right, hey, building a system, right? Like in respawns, how do we get out of these spawn traps? What do we do here? And you have world champions on your lineup. You're just going to, you're a sponge in that moment.
It's just weird because I think like Alec, RCs can obviously be like kind of your, prototypical AR. Priest can be that for the flex. They're both kind of unconventional subs, and they're very similar, I feel like, in their dynamic of how they play. So, I feel like sometimes we see that and it works out, and sometimes it doesn't. It's just not, it's not the typical mold, I guess.
Yeah, honestly, Pred and Nixon have like very similar, based on what we've seen.
That's kind of how I view it.
Styles.
Yeah, that's kind of how I view it. Which we'll see. Hey, yeah, it might be something where you're playing really well. Yeah, when you're like up on teams and you've got control, it's incredible. Like let them roam, let them pick their spots and do great. But when you're in trouble, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean it's just sort of like, all right, we're in a trap now. Like where's Pred? Where's Exton? Which corner? Right there in this one. He's in the other one. Then you're getting two-pieced.
Yeah, no, they could very much be the case, but. We'll wait here for the map 2 to get started. Excited to see a little search and destroy. Excited to get to dealership and see things start blowing up. But 04 fresh off his 33. Neptune at 33 right there with him in the map 1. I think as tough as that, listen, you don't ever want to get 4-0'd in a grand final, especially for a lot of these players. You're thinking like their first kind of grand final at a major, but it's just experience, right? Like that's the biggest thing this team was lacking. It's just experience. I feel like for most teams and most players, it's kind of like, I don't know, you take each step, right? Like, I don't know, you come into the league, you're climbing a ladder, right? Like, getting to the final is the first step. Maybe you don't win the first one, but eventually.
No, 100%. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think a lot of the times when you lose a winner's final as a younger team the way they did, you're thinking they're not getting back to the final. And I think that showed a lot of mental reset for them.
That's what Jay said to me. Jay's like, they lose that, they're going to get bopped in losers. Like, he thought they were just going to get bopped.
Yeah, no, but they dropped down and play an Ultra, and again, able to win 3-1, get back to the final. I don't know, maybe you run out of steam, maybe FaZe just hit another gear. But I think you just look at the top part. I mean, that winner's final, I'm sure they talked about it a lot after that tournament weekend. I'm sure they're still thinking about it. Like, if that goes differently, maybe we're in a better position for the final.
Yeah, who knows? It still might have been similar issues, right? Just being there for the first time. And again, I don't think nerves is the right word. It's just like an experience thing. Like, I don't know, in your career, like there's a difference between a winner's final and a grand final. It's just it's another step.
Yeah, I mean,
and maybe you're like, no, I'm blacked out. Like I'm just shooting.
Well, I'm just like, in the past, it wasn't best of sevens. It wasn't like these crazy veto advantages that we really had. It was random sort of just double best of fives. And a lot of times it was sort of like, what are our maps like here?
That's true.
But for them, yeah, I think it's a lot different where like those vetoes do come into play. Where maybe if they're coming in from winners, maybe they're feeling better about it versus FaZe.
Yeah, you get the advantage maybe a little earlier on in the series. But obviously that didn't end up being the case as they lost that map 5. But still, I mean, it's a good point you make. That losers bracket final win is it was impressive. Just to bounce back with a young squad. But this is their last 5 maps in search, and you kind of talked about that, especially against the matchup with FaZe. Like they need to work on the search, need to work on the control. It's tough to look at the last 5 because you're talking, 3 of these are right against.
Yeah, versus Ultra, they won. I mean, they won the match. But yeah, 3 of those are versus FaZe. The 2 red card in protocol, go round 10, round 11, which they did so many times versus FaZe, but continue to falter there. But the Skyline in the final was brutal. But here we go.
No more Skyline, though.
Again, smaller map. I think the big question mark here is sort of that A-bomb side. There's 3 cars around it. It's going to blow up a lot. But you're going to see maybe some attacking teams just sort of take their time, a little bit slower, and decide what they want to do. But a lot of the early nade breakoffs could be key, just to see what's open. Is Neptune going to get aggressive? But I think for defenses, it's all about middle of the map, where Neptune is, because you have so much ability to go from A to B quickly.
Yeah, no. Quick transition plays, and Neptune is picking them apart. He gets 2. Nasty gets 2. Shutout defense there is kind of played it slow on the attack, like you mentioned, looking for that opening pick, but it's them that gets picked apart. Nice opening round win for Surge. But I think that's a conversation we've had just, historically for S&D maps. It feels like it's either a map that's a tough and long rotation from site to site, or it's a quick one, and it just changes the dynamic of the map massively.
Yeah, and you can just get naded from 2 feet away from you.
Perfect.
Off spawn. Yeah. I mean, we've always had that in COD. You have to wait for your nade spots, right? What trophies do you have? Every single one of these maps we play pretty much has that option. But if you have trophies, maybe you throw a quick A. But it looks like Surge going to play quickly for now and just play around this B-bomb site.
Like I say, they're looking a little more attack-heavy and more decisive than maybe we saw on the opening push from Falcon. So here we go. Surge looking to hit it, see if the utility can hit. Getting through, hits the nade, but not able to win that opening fight. Nasty will get 1 at 3 and I'll get away with his life for now. That's when we bomb down towards B. That's not what you needed if you're Falcons. Team nade comes in. Pred is going to drop. And now what was a 3v3 and you bomb down, it looks like a good situation, not the best situation. Neptune, great slide to the bomb heady, and then fries 1. Last player cleaned up as well. Surge dominant early, maybe goes differently if the team kill doesn't happen.
Well, and that was just excellent patience there in that gunfight from Neptune, because he has the long slide. Then I think if he comes up short and aims in, I think Arceus wins the gunfight with the AR. But he goes all the way through to finish the slide, right behind the bomb, pops up, able to find that kill, and then, gets the angle. But you can just see from mid-control for defense, there's the B window. You also have the vent on the other side. So, we'll see what these attackers can do. Can you get mid-control? Does it matter? We're going to find out.
Yeah. All right, we're learning. Well, people at home learn. We're going to have fun with it. But Neptune has yet to drop. Nasty yet to drop. All Surge early on. Similar kind of setup and pacing from Falcons, it seems early, just looking for openers, maybe want to catch somebody getting aggressive. Now, though, they're starting to group up. Whereas last time they kind of stayed spread across that 50-yard line. Now working it up towards A.
There's all the jars.
Yeah, it's like, which? Wait for a moment.
We got a trophy. We're good.
Thank the Lord. Stun hitting deep, not going to connect. Booz is playing way back there. We got another trophy, and just in case, you got to double bag it. Alec trying to get the pick, not connecting. Nasty tucked away, looking for an opening through vent. As he creeps forward, does he find the opening? Got one tucked right around. He's going to go ahead and pounce now. Flying out, dropping 1. 1 player remaining, going to fall as well.
Did you see his body?
God.
Did you see his body fly? His body just ragdolled. I don't know what happened to Exnid, but
I'll be honest, I turned and looked away. Someone Exnid went flying.
Yeah, he went flying 20 feet in the air.
Superman. Perfect. I'm all for ragdoll physics.
But, I mean, just great preparation again from Surge. Sort of mid-control. All right, they're not going B. This is going to be an A-hit 4-on-4 retake. I saw this, right? Maybe it was just from our POV, dude. I'm telling you.
I want to see it. Hold up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
whoa.
Holy hell.
Wow, my gosh.
Gravity on the map has changed.
I thought I was making things up,
No,
honestly.
I literally just turned and I pace a lot when I
It's a great
gas.
replay. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate that because I thought Joe was high on drugs. He wasn't.
I could be. I'm not.
Thank you for the clarification, Joe.
It's like 3 p.m.
So you're waiting for 4. Got it. Nasty. Get a couple headshot tags, but not finding the opener. He's yet to drop in this one. So last time, they kind of group up and worked the bomb over towards B. Four's kind of by himself right now with bomb.
Too, man.
Yep. He's going to get hit by Nate, and he's out of there. Down to 31. Just going to back down for now. And this is, I'm thinking they're trying to show a presence A and then wrap this quickly to B, but they end up losing a player, so that kind of falls apart. Now you've got numbers for the first time, really, if you are Falcons.
You just kind of see you have like this uphill battle as the attacking team. And there's all these different angles.
It'd be cool if you could like steal car keys, just hop in and start running people over. I mean, I don't know. We had avalanches.
That's a good point.
Neptune, tax on 1, suddenly 3 versus 3 in the post plant. Nasty trying to find the angle. Eyes on 1, eyes on 2. He's going to rethink it now. Great little shoulder there on the spot, too, to see Priestess cross out the bomb. Priestess able to win 1, though. Nasty doesn't keep gun up, only gets 1. Then Falcons sweep them. First round up for Falcons, and, well, they finally get a first blood. They finally have numbers.
Well, yeah, and honestly, they throw the numbers away. Pred goes on the full flank, and it felt like maybe he should have just waited for his teammates to go and then flanked. They were just sort of waiting on him, even to get that bomb down. I was like, how are they just letting this happen with numbers? But doesn't matter. They get the retake. They're on the board.
So is there any difference? This is probably a dumb question, but you know I like to ask dumb questions. Is there any difference like in learning an S&D map like right when a game comes out versus like when it's added in the middle of the year? Not really.
I don't think so. No, it's just sort of reps.
Yeah, I just figured, I don't know, maybe it's a little more overwhelming at the beginning because you're learning like a lot versus, well, I guess it's a different story when you're a new team too and you're kind of learning everything, but like when a new title comes out, you know, you're trying to learn everything. Versus you can just kind of hone it in on maybe one thing, but still kind of the same basics, I guess, you got to get down, right?
Honestly, I think when there's sort of a new map added in the middle of the year, it's almost just like effort on your side. I mean, this is a chance for teams who need wins to get a big bump here.
Yeah. I mean, when we say, you know, map pull all year and how important it is for teams. And, well, some teams kind of get help, some get hurt by this change, and everybody looking to improve.
We are rocking out in that room.
Yeah, we are. Neptune taking tags, but staying up. 0-4, kind of able to do what Neptune did in round one, find that opening pick. It'll be Xnid that's going to get dropped. So once again, numbers on over. 2 Surge, car is out, get some damage in. But now just flying on through on one side. It's going to be number 1 in 0-4. He's going to be pinching this, and if you got to find kills right now if you're Falcons. Only able to find one. 0-4 is going to get there. They'll trade it out. And they, get the first blood and just kind of choke them out.
And I'll be honest, you know.
You can take rounds quick, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's fast, but it's also, like, the attacking team. There's no just free bomb plant on either side, right, compared to your Skyline or Vault.
That's true. I mean, that was probably the most frustrating part for me as a commentator casting Vault.
I think it's going to take some creativity to win some offenses here.
The fact we could skip the first 10 seconds of every round.
Yeah. Well, I think it really is on this map. Just you're going to have to find something that kind of works because it seems tough, at least the way Surge is playing this.
Yeah, probably the tougher part.
Well, here's a look at it. Here's a mid-rush.
Okay. We'll see how it plays out for him, but right up the gut they go. To the window is 0-4. Utility going right towards Pred. Pred going to reposition, but it's another first blood now for Surge. I think they've got, I think, all but one at this point. It might be 5-1 in that count. They find the opener. They back up the entire Falcons team, and now they'll get the bomb plant. With numbers they look to hold, someone going to have to make a play onto Falcons. Exit. Maybe opportunity to do it. Nice little chow out. Great gunfight win. Into a 3 versus 3 we go. He's on 4, leading the way for his squad. Kind of clearing corners. Think he may have got eyes on 1. Priest now taking an angle. Pop up. Hello. Neptune, at least you stop him from getting multiple there because he nearly caught him. Pred then able to slide and chow. Suddenly it's all going to be on Abuza. They will find him. The 3v4 for Falcons. And that's a massive round that's now giving them a chance in this map too.
Yeah, I mean, you lose early map control, bomb gets planted, but with dealership, like, bomb planted, there is a ton of time to just sort of work that retake.
Every POV kind of looked the same. Like, it was just kind of shouldering for info, shouldering for info. Patience. Then once they saw where somebody was, just kind of slide out and chow. And the trade onto a 4, maybe the biggest, because he had an opportunity maybe to shut down 2 there when he popped up. But excellent job there from Falcons, getting it done without numbers, but you don't want, well, I mean, I guess if you're able to do that enough in a map 2, you'll get a win, but you don't want that to be the conversation the entire map. They need to start getting some early kills.
Yeah, nice retakes, but here's going to be a big question here, just their
offense.
Attacking.
Yeah. We'll see if they end up being a little more decisive. And it seems like they've been spreading out, kind of waiting to catch somebody, but and most of the rounds has just been, an opener from Neptune, opener from 0-4. They found the cut up through mid to get the kill.
Trying to rotate maybe, just a lot of nades towards the B site, and well, they're going to get to rotate, so A bomb site wide open now for this plant.
They can get there quickly, but how will the timing be with the rotation now in from the defense? They gotta go. They only have a small window where they can actually get control here quickly. All right, the A site is theirs. Haven't worked the plant yet, though. That's going to be bombed down. X is going to get caught. And, well, it looked pretty good for him until Abuza shuts it down from deep. He's able to line up 2. Last guy will drop. And, yes, it is still the offensive frustration for Falcons. What fell apart there?
Well, I mean, Abuza's all the way in spawn, and he's able to find 2 picks. But it's The map is like almost too small for fakes like that. It's almost like you're gonna have to like 2-2 split that, where you two have nades, but you're already going towards A. It's almost like you have to cheat towards that bomb with sort of and go for that plant.
Yeah. They get there a couple seconds earlier, just try to get bombed down quickly. May go a little bit better, but yeah, Habuza was the lone man for a moment, but well, he got the damage in before his teammates came in and kind of cleaned up. One more round now needed for Surge, as they're dominating so far in the map 1 and now the map 2. And Surge have been far more like group up and hit it on offense.
Yeah, they've shown different looks, that's for sure.
Habuza, big defensive round now into a first blood on offense. Bomb getting planted, trying to take her out. I think it's number 6 in Exton. They might try to find an opening. He's actually going to back it up and they're going to try and take it together, I think. He's actually in through the mid door. Neptune slides out to another heady. Beautiful job. Can't quite get away, though. RCs will trade it out. Exton shouldering, just doesn't spot 04. Just tucked away, and that'll be the final one in. Vancouver Surge, dominant 6-2 victory. First look at dealership. And it's a big win for Surge, but I don't know, it's kind of see how it breaks down, how quick it can play, and one team a lot more decisive on the offensive end.
Yeah, I think, you know, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far in terms of the map. Like, there's options. It is very defensive heavy based on what we're seeing, but again, very early.
Yeah, usually that's, I feel like attack is the thing that takes a while to, it's the same with like control. Like, that's the thing that teams get better as the season goes on, as you get more reps. 7-2, had a nasty. Neptune, the damage dealer after a big map. But yeah, I mean, there was more variety than Vault, so I'm good.
We're good.
It didn't take much. It's almost like the pressure on this map was a similar pressure to the pressure on the Vegas roster.
You aren't wrong.
What came before it was ass. So you just got to do better than that. Maps and modes, this is how it looks. Vault Control, where they'll try to close it out with a 3-0 victory. Still hunting for your first win if you are Vegas, but yeah, very, very tough matchup here in the first one. But they've been outclassed so far. We'll see if they can bring it back in the control, though, to break it down. The dealership search and the map 1 desk. Take it.
I guess.
We're going to have it. Let's talk a little bit about what we just witnessed. Dealership, initial impressions.
I actually really like it. I was happy to see Skyline and Vulcan just because of how one-dimensional and bang out those maps were. Now, Dealership is still a bang out, but you can at least get a little bit creative with it. We saw it from the side of the Vancouver Surge. They weren't only just banging out one side. We saw a couple of pushes towards that A side, and from the side of Vancouver Surge, they clearly have this map figured out a little bit earlier than everybody else. This was controlled, cool, calm, collected from the side of Vancouver Surge. Vegas Falcons, a couple of good retakes, but other than that, not a whole lot of life in the search and destroy.
Well, first things first, I mean, teams are going real early. You know, Pred with that solo flank and stuff, it's just not, you got to cut it out. It's just not going to work.
Cut it out.
Yeah, on this map. I mean, they're just nipping that in the bud real quick. And then also, like, on the offensive rounds on this map, it's like if you don't take space early, so you saw Falcons, like, trying to play a little slower. If you don't take space early, then you have to have, like, 2 players kind of commit to mid and play those kills. Otherwise, you're going to get instant pinched, which happened to them so many times on their offensive rounds. So I think that'll be the learning curve, will be how to approach your offensive rounds on Dealership. But as it stands right now, I really enjoyed that. I thought it was awesome.
Nameless, did you think your prediction was wrong after seeing the 6-2 defeat in Search, or the 250 to 127 beat down on Red
Who
Card?
said I thought my prediction was wrong?
Okay, I will have you guys know he came out of the green room talking to our producers about a reverse sweep.
Yeah.
So at least he's standing on business.
Yeah.
But, I mean, and this map 1 for me, it's been 0-4. I mean, even in the map 2 a little bit as well. He opened up like 1-6 when this game was tied, and we get to a singular P3, and he starts putting them in the absolute spawn blender in the back staircase. And that allows Vancouver Surge to relieve the pressure from the middle of the map, set up for new at P3, and from then on, I mean, it was just fundamentally beautiful hardpoint from the side of Vancouver
All
Surge.
the plays on the side of Falcons were so slow. Like, even like the approaches to breaking hills, it was like, I saw it was like Pred trying to make a lot of those plays, and it was just so way too slow them trying to execute at the same time. Obviously, it's a brand new roster. They're going up against a world-class hardpoint team right now, so it's going to be tough. But yeah, I mean, we got a couple vaults coming up, and I do think that map, you know, plays better for them.
All right, so let's talk about Vault coming up. More pressure on the ARs or SMGs for the Falcons if they want to stay in this series?
Yeah, your star players are your SMGs. They got to take over. I mean, I know everybody's going to look at the map 1, look at RCD stat line, and be like, he's the one who hard costed. Like, yeah, can he play a little bit better? Sure, but the pace setters, the SMGs have to be on the same page and making plays together.
New maps, So far, both in favor of the Surge, but we are going to see 2 more matches tonight, and we have a feeling this will not our only dose of Rewind in Dealership, the new Search and Destroy maps that you also saw a little Hardpoint on. So talk to me a little bit about Dealership moving forward, Allie.
I'm excited for Dealership. I think there's a lot of room for opportunity on this map. As we saw, we don't have to see the one-dimensional bang-outs. Unfortunately, though, on the flip side, you go over to Rewind. This was a map everybody was kind of favoring at the beginning of the season before it got kicked out for a couple of weeks. Same sort of deal. We're going to see a lot of bang-outs towards this middle side of the map, but I think this helps a lot of teams rather than hurts them.
So with Vault and Skyline gone, does this help frontline, backline, specific play styles? What do you see, Ant?
Yeah, I mean, Dealership is going to be similar to those maps, right? So, but when you talk about Rewind, like Rewind's a map early on, you can make different plays. Like if you do get bombed down inside a DVD, a lot of clutch opportunities. I mean, everybody think back to Snoopy, one of the better players on this map, just kind of roaming around making plays from gens. And if you want to have a slower approach, you can. Have a guy out towards street, take your time, get information. You could wrap. You can go towards the B-bomb site. So I really do like Rewind being back, just a traditional COD map, I feel like.
We got Season 3 loading up in the Call of Duty universe, and you can see we've got some fresh game maps as well. Barrage, Nomad, and the return of Firing Range. Firing Range, I expect to see you in the competitive level eventually.
Search,
and Search?
Yeah, maybe in Search and Destroy, I think it would work. We can't have it for Respawn, unfortunately, anymore. Just wouldn't work too well for Hardpoint. But some of these new maps, I mean, obviously the players got to get to testing. I mean, you got to get in there, got to get to test and see how they work. Because when we get towards the end of the year, it's nice to have fresh new maps and change our meta.
All right, if you guys want to see Firing Range on the CDL level, make sure you head over to Twitter at MercJD. He is in charge of all of our competitive decisions and has been since
all of them.
2016.
Sole dictator.
Merc, is it because we don't have Capture the Flag or Domination? Why are you hating on my Firing Range, bro?
It just doesn't work.
4v4,
These
dude,
games are way too fast. These games are way too
4v4,
fast.
it could totally work.
It just doesn't work.
We played Bocage, we can play Firing Range, Hardpoint.
Bocage is bigger. It's insane, actually.
Is
Yeah,
it
Bocage
actually?
is bigger, and it's still God. I'd never want to cast Bocage.
Yeah, I think we just need to rethink how maybe we're making some of these maps.
And how the spawn system works.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in. But maybe some of the other ones, there's supposed to be more additions, I think, too.
Yeah. We got a bunch. We got a bunch coming.
Like mid-season, right?
Yeah, it was mid-season or next season. I know there's a bunch coming.
Well, there's some at the start of this, and then I think mid-season.
Yeah, well, we'll see. No, I mean, I'm always for the evolution of our.
No, but yeah, Fire Range, even in like BO1 for like Search, it wasn't my favorite.
It was great on Blackout. We're dropping range.
That's about it. No, honestly, Domination and CTF it worked, but I just a much different game. We are flying. We have attack sprints. We have slides.
Yeah, no, very, very different. Very, very different. But this is how the series looks so far. And I kind of like what what Ant was talking about, like how they were slow on Hardpoint, because I think we talk sometimes about Surge, like on Hacienda, how like they have these like slow and patient breaks, but there's like different types of slow. Like they like make decisions quickly, and then they can be very patient and work things slow. But like, that's probably the hardest thing when you're a new team, is just to get things to be very decisive, like execute things fast, like get on the same page.
You've only done that break how many times, right? Like, how many times have you broken a P2 of Hacienda together? Just, you're all going to have different ways.
I mean, one of the biggest skill gaps probably here goes on is like how fast you can make decisions and work together as a cohesive unit. And yeah, that'll be the biggest struggle when you're a new squad. Well, you're playing against a team that is like a fine-tuned machine with Surge right now, so difficult so far. I mean, I can't be too critical of Vegas Falcons right now just because this matchup and it's their first match, but we'll see. We'll give them a little bit of time. You know I was critical of last roster, right? We gave that plenty of time. We gave that too much time. This one we'll give a bit. We'll see if they can continue to improve, but up against it right now and maybe facing a 3-0. We'll see if they can battle back on the vault. Exnid trying to find the opening. Nice little slide out in Chow. Not able to take the second fight though. RCD's in a world of trouble as Nasty's got an SMG in hand and he's able to shut down too. Priesta, horrible timing there as he gets caught hitching and trying to push forward. We'll see what Exnid can now do off spawn as he's able to get right back into the mix.
Yeah, you're trying to just find anything right now, but Surge is giving you nothing. Maybe a bit of an opening with RC's able to get that AR kill. Now starting to work this 8-point is Falcons and doing a good job. As Nameless was talking about, he just thinks it's behind the subs. That's where the power is going to be from. And, well, he's not wrong. Exnid 5 in a row, up to 8-2. Nice little multi-kill there. Gets them onto this 8-point.
We'll slide canceling Chow. Thing of beauty there as he gets it, and he should have this 8-point. There's the extension, a minute 20 left to work with. A great shutdown there from Surge, though. As you go 4 for 1, kind of in that transition moment, maybe from points, and look at them, they just get forward, 1 and 3, flying at you. Nasty, already headbutting you back towards spawn, controlling the other side. We'll hop to him. That'll be Neptune that's looking to get eyes. We'll see if he can find anything from Cowboy. He's finding some bullets, and he's not able to get away. Exit will hunt him down, but now you're under 60 seconds. Lives, I mean, you've got enough to get around with him, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I think you're just thinking, like, what extra takes can you get here? I mean, I think you're already happy with the 3 if you're Falcons.
NEB progress.
Yeah, considering that situation towards the start. But yeah, Exnid gets you out of it. But now you have to deal with, well, Abuza's not in his house yet. He's not in his house yet, but Nasty is there. He's going to be the first to fall, but his teammates get too.
Yeah, he's leasing it to Nasty. Nasty gets cleaned out, though, and now we'll get right over to L4. Both weapons now to work with. 5 lives remaining for Falcons. Can you somehow muster up 1 tick here? Not looking likely, but this will be your last chance to do so. Priest to challenge. He misses a bullet or 2 and not able to finish that off. Neptune now with the AR out. And under 10 seconds to go, just trying to keep them out of the point. No respawns left for Falcons. This is your last chance to go. Exton nearly catches a fastball to the face. So
yeah, that's what I thought he got stuck.
Yeah, I thought he did too. Honestly, I thought I saw the hit marker for it, but 4 will get 3 to close out the round. They are all smiles, fist bumping away, and things are still rocking and rolling in the Surge camp.
Yeah, Abuza's, he's drinking his morning coffee. It's early over there. Early over there still. For them, probably.
Yeah. So, is it that early?
Yeah, it's 12:40. Gamer schedule.
He's drinking tea, dude. He looks like a tea guy.
You know what it used to be like.
He's a tea guy to me.
You were doing that like 2 years ago, like waking up.
I don't know. It's not really, because once our streaming schedule started, I kind of was up.
That's a good point.
Right? Like, it's been a minute now since I was a night owl. I'm an early worm or whatever you call it.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's an early bird.
Early bird, yeah. Early bird gets the worm. Yeah, not early worm. What am I doing?
Early worm, you're gone.
Maybe I'm the one that took drugs. Holy. Well, right out to the point we go. We'll see how the offensive opener looks. Okay, well, there's a team kill with the gunny, then one with the trophy, and you still, I think, end up going 2 for 2 if you're Falcons. So
wild.
Yeah, interesting opening sequence there. Abuza's like,
give me the elbow.
Let me tickle that elbow. He gets on his 5 in a row before he drops. The multi from Neptune will be the opening out towards the point. He's going to turn that into 3, or does he? He does it. Priesta gives him a little bit of a wiggle.
Yeah, I mean, just no aim assists that close in the fight. And as you said, Priesta, a nice little strafe there, finds that kill. Still working this if you are Surge.
See if RCs can get something going. A couple rough respawns for him. Can't get anything going. I mean, most of the team's getting slammed outside of Exnid, to be honest with you. So hard to kind of point him out, but you've got point control now. It's another multi for Neptune. Second bit of progress is done. Time extension is close. Falcons trying to think of how they want to attack this. They're just going to give it up and take some routes. Going the whole way around is going to be Pred. He is hoping he's going to find something. He is able to find one, and he'll get away, so he'll continue maybe to be a thorn in the side for a moment. For Surge, you're trying to set up your first push. Pred continues to pick him apart.
Yeah, you do get 04 pushed up, though. So you're going to have to find that kill if you are Priesta able to do so. So good find there. He was up towards that statue. He gets an art, and it could be very difficult. But they do have ammo control, does Surge. So they're spawning ammo. They know. All right, Exnid, Pred, probably poolside. That is the right call. They just want to get control of their base before they start this first push.
And did he spot him? He did. I was trying to see if Exnid got through. They do get eyes on him.
No, Four's gonna flank this. This is like, he's gonna wait for this.
You've got like 2 2-on-2s going down. You have one happening towards Art, one on the other side in ammo. You've still got 2 bodies towards Art, trying to get through shots as Nasty can't hit them on the cross. So
04 never full cleared this. He never full cleared bottom. So Pred just lurked. He just waited, stayed patient. It was like, if they're not gonna work the objective, I'm not coming out of Art, and well, the patience pays off.
No, it sure does. I thought that was a really good chance there for Surge to make something happen, but so far going to be tied at 3 ticks. Maybe a multi-kill again from Neptune will be the difference. You got 2 bodies up for Falcons trying to battle right now. 2 spawning out deep. You got them spawning where you want them to. But can you now capitalize? Still ripping, roaring. This guy's Neptune. Yeah, he absolutely is. Just trying to shoulder into Chow. Neptune put in the blender as he gets fried. First bit of progress is done. You've got the tick advantage now. Spree looking to continue. 2 underneath Neptune. Damage in. Info in. now how much time can he buy?
I mean,
Okay,
dude,
I did not think he was reaching out like that.
I already 2 ticks, as you said, but I wish I could move like that for a life, honestly. My thumbs do not work like that anymore.
Nope. Yeah, the game looks so much more fluid.
Yeah, he is. Was doing sliding back and forth, cha-cha sliding on their face.
Yeah, and I've got auto text for it, and I still can't move, so props to these guys, but you're close to taking the offense. Just a little bit more to go. Your last chance to chow it, and they're able to close it out at least. But what, you had 5 ticks? Did they finish the point?
No.
Oh, timer now, right? Yeah, okay, I was about to say.
No, yeah, the lives ran out.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So yeah, 5 ticks. I was just thinking to myself.
Yeah, you looked at me, I was like, did I just black out?
No, I did.
Honestly, I'm pacing so much right now. I don't know, dude. I'm exercising. I did an hour and a half Peloton ride today, and I don't know, I'm kind of twisted, but like,
We're turned.
I'm like twisted, like tired.
We're
Like,
turned. We just all knew this was a 3-0.
I'm shaking my ass. I don't know what's gotten into me, Joe, now that I'm fit.
We're ready for the next one. Banger, Optic, Minnesota. I mean, we got another round. I
I'm
lied.
excited for that. Yeah. We still got
Locked
one more
in.
round. Okay. Joe maybe took some extra medicine today. Woo! Looking to close it out. His surge on defense. Arcity still just getting bodied over the course of these 2 respawns. So see if he's got some life in him in this one. But again, it's a tough challenge here against Surge. RC is trying to take the fight, able to win that one. Progress brewing there on A.
Nameless is watching this close now with us. He's believing in the reverse sweep.
No, he's watching it close, Joe, because he can't see.
He's trying to switch with the energy in the room.
Yeah.
0-2 comeback.
We've seen it before. Will we see it again? 04 and Pred both light up the feed for opposite sides. You've got some A side control now if you are Surge. Next big push looming here for Falcons. RC's catching some strays through the doorway. Priesta trying to capitalize. Gets one. Numbers to Falcons, I thought for a moment here, but you're still going to have a one-on-one around the point until the reinforcements get in. The reinforcements will come in quicker for Falcons. That's a nice gunfight win for Pred. So numbers in, extension in. Now here we go. Nameless is getting fired up, dude. You think this is where it happens? But this is the tough part now. Can you get B?
Yeah, I mean, last time they got A, they couldn't get anything on the map.
We'll see if they can do a better job this time around. RC's reading it and able to take him out. At least making sure no one gets into their ammo and kind of delays this push. You have 90 seconds to work with. You don't have a ton of opportunities, though, because you've got no one really forward. The battle for maybe art side control hasn't really started yet. It takes a pull side route. So Booze is going to be the one watching that in the cross from top art.
Yeah, I mean, the one good thing is you have ammo control, right? Normally where someone on Surge is. But you still have so much to fight on through. You can see Neptune, he's trying to get aggressive that way. Pred's going to catch him off spawn. RC's now just trying to flank, but yeah, comms are there, teamwork is there from Surge. 3 dead once again.
Yeah, I think I like we've seen players struggle in this map, like some ARs, you pull out a sub, you know, kind of get in the mix a little bit, apply pressure onto A, can turn out great. But now when you have to get B, your ARs have got to win some fights, like to win that B-side street and really get you up. And we'll see if they can do that. Pressure to kind of Priest and RCs maybe find openings, or will Pred find the openings for them? Not going to happen because Nasty just snaps onto his forehead and puts him in the dirt. Yeah. 30 seconds now to go. 5 life deficit.
Yeah, he punched him in the face.
Yeah. That looked disgusting. Like to see that from Nasty's POV. Did you say it's still winnable, Ant? Okay.
It is. You gotta believe.
I guess technically it is. Never say it's over until, what is it, the fat lady sings. I don't even know that's the thing, honestly.
Oh, here we go. 3 dead.
Okay, all right, Ed, here we go. This is their opportunity. You've got art control.
Then you
got
deal with
spawning out deep.
Yeah,
this is perfect. Can you deal with that number 1 on the minimap in ammo?
You see, they can't stack the point until he's alive, until he's dead.
Priesta gets zapped. Nasty wins a big one. 4 seconds left to go. Exit's got to get on it. Throws his body out there, needs some help. Pred trying to do that. He can't really dip, dive, and dance too much because there's no time to work with. The clock is done. The Falcons are done. New team, same result, but listen, it's the first match against a top 2, top 3 team in the game right now. Nobody expected to win. Maybe would have liked to see a little bit more of a battle, but I didn't have any expectations coming into this.
No, if you didn't think this was a 3-0, 3-1, then you are wild.
Yeah. No, I think it was better looking than some of our Friday schedules, just due to the fact you had some roster changes. You know, we have FaZe versus Ultra, we have Kenny versus Optic. There's some great storylines today, but map-wise, it's a quick one there. It is all Surge. They're right back to work. They look to make subtle improvements over the course of this qualifier, maybe battle back to a grand final come Major 3, but the road starts here with a nice 3-0 victory. Leading the way again in the respawn for them is going to be their subs. Still a pretty balanced effort, but in the kill columns, it's 0-4 and Neptune putting in work. And while you see your ARs putting in the assists, kind of what you want.
Yeah, Nasty only dies 11 times. Best thing about this, we got to see the lineup, but also see